Long ago, in an ancient time, kings believed themselves to be the shadow of God on earth. Their courts were grand, their palaces dazzling, and their words were law. In those days, there was a kingdom called Noorabad. Its ruler, King Nasruddin, was famous for his wealth, splendor, and pride. He believed no one in the world was wiser than him. Often, he would boast, "There is no match for my intelligence. Whoever wishes may come and test it." One morning, the king sat in his court, surrounded by ministers, advisers, and judges. A golden ink pot lay before him, its pen gleaming. Fragrance burned in the corners of the hall, and light shimmered on the walls. The king straightened on his throne and announced, "I make a new declaration. Whoever proves wiser than me shall receive gold, silver, land, and a palace. But whoever fails will be thrown into prison." Silence fell over the court. Then whispers began. Some applauded, others lowered their heads. The minister said, "Your Majesty, no one can challenge you." But the king replied, "Wisdom is a gift from God. Let us see who truly has it." The next day, drums were beaten across the kingdom. Announcers proclaimed the challenge in every street. Scholars, merchants, judges, poets, and philosophers came forward, one by one. Each was defeated by the king's clever but arrogant logic. By evening, no one remained. Just then, soft footsteps echoed through the court. An old woman entered slowly, leaning on a wooden staff. Her clothes were simple, her face wrinkled, but her eyes shone with calm confidence. The minister laughed. "What is this old woman doing here?" She replied gently, "I have come to compete in wisdom." Laughter filled the hall. The king said mockingly, "Do you think you are wiser than me?" She answered, "No, Your Majesty." But sometimes, one grain of wisdom can break a chest full of pride. The court fell silent. The king agreed to the challenge. The old woman asked for only one thing in return if she won. "All the debts of my village's poor should be forgiven, and their children given free education." The king accepted. He asked 3 questions. First, what is the greatest wealth in the world? She replied, "Peace of heart. One who has peace has everything. One who has greed is a beggar even on a throne." Second, what is the greatest weakness? She said, "Believing oneself to be all-knowing." The moment a person thinks he knows everything, he knows nothing. The king felt shaken. The next day, he asked, "What is the greatest injustice?" She replied calmly, "To sell justice. When the powerful are favored and the weak are silenced, even the heavens tremble." The king fell quiet. Later, he tested her with riddles and tasks, yet each time her wisdom prevailed. She did not defeat him with tricks, but with clarity, humility, and truth. Finally, the king asked his last question, "When does a kingdom become strong?" The old woman answered, "A kingdom is strong when the ruler protects his people, not his throne. When justice reaches the marketplace, not just the palace. A kingdom does not fall when the treasury is empty, but when fear fills hearts and lies fill tongues." Tears welled in the king's eyes. He removed his crown and said, "Today, I did not lose. I learned." He fulfilled his promise. The poor were freed from debt. Education was made free. Justice was restored. From that day on, Noorabad entered a new era. An era not ruled by pride, but by conscience. The old woman returned to her humble home. Children gathered around her and asked, "Grandmother, tell us again the story of the day the king lost." She smiled and said, "No, children, the king did not lose. He learned how to win."